Hello everyone, welcome to our January Training Tuesday for OU Campus. Today's topic is cleaning up for the new year. So now that a new decade has started, it's time to go through your website and clean up some of the unused pages and files that have been accumulating in your folders. During the presentation, all participants will be in a listen-only mode as this session is being recorded. If you have a question during the presentation, please use the Q&A function found at the bottom of your screen. We will attempt to answer your questions during the presentation. After the formal presentation is ended, we'll review any remaining questions and answer what we can. Your presenter today is Paul Warren, software trainer. Paul, it's all yours.
Great, thank you so much, Barbara. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. And bring this up. And today we're going to be going over a couple of different topics when it comes to cleaning up for the new year here. And so our agenda comes over, we'll talk about images that were never published and non-published pages. We'll be going in and clearing out non-usage or very low usage users. So kind of reevaluating the users that you have out there. Does everybody that has access need to have that access? We'll talk about using bookmarks, so to save time later on, so you can go ahead and run these different reports at a later date. Monitor checked out content, so we can go ahead and look at that if you haven't looked at that recently. We'll talk about asset cleanup, setting up reminders, and then like Barbara just mentioned, we'll have Q&A at the end. So let's go in and take a look here at some of the things that we have. So if I come over here to my instance of OU Campus, we're in our Galena University here. And maybe the first thing I want to look at is things that maybe were created that were never published out or haven't been touched in a long time. What I can do, I'm going to come up here. I'm currently signed on as a level 10 user. So under reports here, if I come down, I do have my custom reports that will not be seen by the lower level users there. So if I come in here and I want to look at things that maybe haven't been touched for a while or that were never published, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do a pages report. So when I come in here, I can go ahead and set a specific path that I want. So maybe initially I just want to look at my training folder, my underscore training folder. And I want to go ahead and see what I have here. Within this, I want to look at things within that folder. I'm going to go in and look at the date created. So I'm going to just go ahead and run through January or through December of 2019. Anything created this month, I know it's going to be okay. I can also come in here, I'll look at the last save user and then the total publishes for it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here. I'll go ahead and hit run. And this brings us up one of our standard reports here. Across the top, we do have our headers and you can sort by these. So if I want to come in here and see things that by the oldest items here, I can click on date created and it goes ahead and gives me things back to March of last year. If I want to see total publishes by the high to low or low to high, I can just click on total publishes here. And we can see that we do have a series of items that have been put into the system that have never been published. And then this goes ahead and goes down through my number of times things have been published here. So as I look on here, I do have a bunch of different things that I have, and maybe I just want to filter it down by specific types of items. So I'm going to come back up here to the top. I'm going to go back to report options. And for my training, maybe I just want to see my PCF files. I don't really care about the images and different things like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and come in here. I'm going to do a %sign PCF. So then when I run this, I can come in here. When I click on my total publishes now, I can see that I actually have some pages here that were created back in October, but they were never published out. I can also see within here who the last saved user was. So that would give me the ability to go back to that person and let them know, hey, I've got some pages here I'm going through. We see that you created these a couple of months ago. They were never published, and just kind of get an update on what's going on. Maybe it's an ongoing project that's going to come out later in the year, or maybe it's something that they started to put together. It went by the wayside. They realized they don't need it, but just never went through and cleaned this out. So you have this information out there. The other things you can do from our reports is you can export this to a comma separated value in Excel. So it's a great way if you do want to clean up the report before you pass it on to different people, go in, filter in different ways. You can do that just by clicking on Export to CSV here. And on my screen here, it'll come up down in the bottom left-hand corner, and I can go ahead and open up Excel here. And then when I open this up, I can come in here and expand my width. And if I know how to use the filters and sorting and different things like that within Excel, I can come in here and make all kinds of changes and manipulate the data to something that I might want to present to other people. If I'm creating things, I do have the last saved user, so I could even filter by that, go ahead and send them just their information there that they have. So it is a quick, easy way that you can do that. And you can actually do that from any of our reports. We do have that export to CSV. Also, if I'm on here and I just need to go back and say, well, maybe I do want to look at my images, I can always come back here. I have back to report options. I'll go ahead and click on that. I'll change my PCF here to JPEG, my JPG images. I can run that. And so now it's giving me my different publishes here, but it's all my JPEG images that I have in here. So I can quickly go through, see different images here, who actually put them in here, and then we can go ahead and follow up on these. Kelly asked if these are available to all user levels. The custom reports are only available to your administrators, to your level 10 users. So you do have custom reports and site check here. Those are only available to your administrators. They won't, individual lower level users won't see these ones. Another thing that you might want to do is once you do have different reports in here that you want to maintain, let's come back here to our report. And let me go back to my report options. And let me go ahead and put my PCF file in here again. And maybe this is something that I'm going to come back to. Maybe 6 months from now, it's like, I want to run this report again. It's handy. I've got all the information that I need right here at my fingertips, and I can follow up with people. Let me go ahead and finish this statement first, William, before I get to your question here. So I can come in here and I can actually, we have a gadget here and we have a bookmarks gadget. I'll go ahead and bring this to the top. So if you have a page where you have your report set up here and you're getting your results, I can actually go ahead and select a bookmark here that I want to save. So I'm going to go ahead and save here my bookmark here, and I can call this page, let's say my underscore training PCF. And then I can go ahead and click outside of here. And now I've got a bookmark to this. So what happens if I come in here, maybe I'm working on my pages, I'm doing other things. 6 months from now, I get on my calendar, oh, it's a good time to go in and check those reports. I can easily come back to my bookmarks gadget here and I can click on that training and that will show me the results up to that point in time. So it's always going in and taking that snapshot and presenting you your information here. If I'd rather go to this page instead, where I'm setting it up so I can go ahead and come in here and change the date frames on this, I could go ahead and put a bookmark on this page if I wanted to as well. The other nice thing with bookmarks, you can go ahead and create folders within here as well. So maybe this is your maintenance, let's say your maintenance reports that you're going to be running. So if I come in here, I do have a little folder with a plus next to it or a plus inside of it. I can click on that. I'll go ahead and call it maintenance here. And this time here, I can actually take this, if I open up my maintenance folder, I can drag this training PCF one into that. So I can actually have several different bookmarks. So I could bookmark pages as well. So if I did have multiple items here and I had certain pages that I go back to on a regular basis, you can use those bookmarks there. And then when I want to go ahead and open up any of these, I can just go ahead and click on the down arrow next to it, click on training, and that will go ahead and bring that up. William's question, can you filter on more than one extension? Let's go in and try that. So if we come in here, I don't think you can, because we are putting the actual code right here. It's not where we have something that's comma separated, but let's try that though. We come in here, I do underscore training, and I just went ahead and put a comma in here. And let's go ahead and do our percentage and JPEG as well. Let's see what that gives us here. No, it doesn't look like it. So it would only be one extension at a time that you'd be pulling in there. Frequently last saved user is something on web team. Marketing did a final touch on a page. How we subtract, we track back to the true author in that case. When we go into the author, it's actually showing who saved it last. You would probably have to go into that item itself and see, possibly you may even need to go into your administration settings and see who the approver is for that. So if you do have something that was approved by somebody, I don't know if there's any other way around that rather than having to go back and looking at it manually. I don't think there's any type of report that we have set up here that would actually go in and show you the workflow of where that actually originated from. Can you exclude directories from the report? What you would probably do is just start with the directories that you would want to do. I don't see anywhere here where you could actually exclude those directories within it. Follow-up question, wouldn't we be most interested in the last published date rather than the date created? It depends, because sometimes you'll have things out there that were maybe never published, which we can come in here and we can actually, we'll see that on some of our user reports here. Let's see here. Can the report filter for orphaned images, pages and images? What you can do in this case here, you can see images there that have never been published, but we don't have anything to show those orphaned ideas. That would be a great report to have, is images there. But if it's not published, it's probably not on a page. So that way you wouldn't be able to go ahead and pull that information up there. As we move on here, the other thing you may want to do is look at your users and see if you have maybe users that aren't using the system. What you can do as a level 10 user, and since I am a level 10 user, I do see my setup up here in the top right-hand corner. I can come into my users here. I can see all the users that I have, and on this, it does give you the last login options and their level, but maybe you want a little bit more information on it. I can come in here to content, or actually come back to my reports here, and under my custom reports here, we actually have a users report as well. So in this case here, we can get their last name, their first name. You can see if they have an email. So a best practice is always to have the user's email in there. So that way you can send out notifications to them. And down here, we have date created. So you can put in any date range. So if you just want to see users within a specific date and see how long it's been, maybe they were created, but they've never logged in. We can see that here. You have your last login. You can also do the total saves and their last save date. So maybe they're going into the system, but are they actually saving anything there? So when I go ahead and run this, again, we can sort on here. So I can come in here. If I wanted to see my oldest users, we can go back to our original setup here, back early 2019. We can get their last login. So we do have some users here that were created, Mike, Steve, and Nancy here. We've got them created, but they've never logged in here. So nothing's ever been saved. We do have some other users here that they have logged in, but they haven't saved anything. So most of the users I have here that we've been doing for training are fairly recent, but maybe you do have some older users here. So we have certain users here that they've never saved anything. Brenda's had an account out there since October, but she's actually never saved anything here. So it's something where we could go back to her. If we think she's a regular user that's using the system and going and making changes, we can see here that she actually hasn't made any changes in here, that she's gone in and saved anything. So it's a quick way to go in and see what's going on with your users and kind of monitor your users. Again, you can always add a bookmark gadget here that would go ahead and pull up this specific report as well. A common report that sometimes we forget to look at is our checked out content. Now, this is a report that your users would have, and they would only see checked out content for themselves. But maybe if you haven't looked at this in a while, you can always come in here, go in, take a look at your checked out dates, see how old things are. So we do have some stuff that was checked out by a level 9 user here. It was last saved in March of last year, but they've actually had it checked out since December 31st. So we can come back to that person. If we want to go to that page, we actually have a link right here to the page itself. So we can always go to that page and see what it is if we need a refresher on maybe what they're working on or anything like that. So from here, if you do realize, oh, you know what, this level 9 user, there's somebody who doesn't have, doesn't need access anymore, so we can go ahead and check that in. Remember, as an administrator, you can actually come in here, click on that, and go ahead and check that in. If they did have something that they were working on and it was not saved, that would be lost. So just something to keep in mind there. But in this case here, I can come to this item here and go ahead and check it in. I'll just click OK, and it checks it in. Now, again, with your users, they will be able to see this report, but it will only give them their own information. It's not going to show them everybody in the system. It's just going to show what they have checked out. Since I am as an administrator here, we can go ahead and see everybody, and we do have that ability to check things in here. Another report that we have here that might be new is if we come back to our custom report, we do have an assets report. So within the assets report, we can come in here. We do have a list of different things that we can do. So maybe what I'm looking for my assets, I just want the name of it. I want the dependency tag so I can see a link to where the asset is. I want to see the last save. I want to see the total publishes and the subscriber. What pages is this actually on? So I can come in here. I'll go ahead and click run. So this gives me a list of the different assets that I do have in the system. And over time, I keep adding assets and we have different things in here. So it's kind of grown, but I can come in here and see my subscribers to these. So I can see here that I have a whole bunch of assets with 0 subscribers, basically stating they're not used anywhere. So these are ones that I would have to go back and really evaluate. Are these assets that we need to have in the system? We can also see it by total publishes. So we can go ahead and see that we do have some assets here right on the top. They were created, but they've never even been published. So it's like we put it together, but we never even set it off so somebody could use it. So it's not even been published here. And then as we come down, we can see our other items. If we do have multiple publishes, how many times something has been published, we can see that there. If I come in here and I'm curious about these subscribers, I can click on the dependency tag here, and that will go ahead. Whoops. Hold on. I need one. Here we go. That we do have subscribers here. This will go ahead and give us the listing of the different pages. So this had 4 subscribers. This goes ahead and shows me those 4 specific pages that this asset is on. So it's a quick way to go back and see. We can see this is a news related one. We've got it on our news index pages here. And we also have our access, who it's available to. If there was an approver on it, we can see the last date created and then our published date as well. So it does give us our information here about that. If we have these other ones that have never been published out, when I go in there, that's why I'm getting the no data available, because there's no subscribers for them. So if we do have ones with additional items here, so if I wanted to see this image gallery, what page it's on, I can go ahead and see here that it's in our About section in our history.pcf page here. So it's a quick way to go in and see what you have when it comes to your assets. Are they being used? Do you have assets that are maybe sitting out there, again, maybe that have never even been published, that you can go ahead and put that in there? Is there a way to pull assets across multiple sites? I don't think there is. Let's go back to our report options here. We have our access reader, subscribers. No, it doesn't look like you can pull it across multiple sites. So it would just have to be done one site at a time. Is there a way to do a bulk easy lock to site with assets? Oops. How do you mean lock to site with assets? So if you already have your assets set up and you want to go through and select multiple ones and lock them to a site at one time, not that I'm aware of that you can do as a bulk activity there. You would have to go in and probably select them individually there and then go into each one and lock to the site. Okay, another thing to kind of keep an eye on is your news archiving. Is there a quick way to view which asset is from this report? Let's see, Sarah, hold on one second here. You would actually have to go to that page and look for the asset. So if we did come in here, I think what you're asking for is if I come in here and I go into this image gallery here, we can see that it's our index page. I would actually have to go to the index page itself and do it. Currently, we don't have a link on this, but that would be a great suggestion, is to go ahead and put a link here so you could go directly to that page and be able to see where the asset specifically is on that page. The other thing you can check on, similar to your assets, is your components. Now within components, it's actually not within the report section. You actually have to go into your content and your components section here. So if I come in here, I can see my components. We do have one here that was never launched. So we can see the launch date of our different components here. So I can always sort on these. So similar to our reports, we can just come in here and click on those columns and we can go ahead and sort on these. The other thing you can do is if I come over here, I've got my student spotlight here. Under file here, I've got view dependents. So if I need to see which pages this is on, I can go ahead and click on view dependents. And in this case here, where we do have our components, we do have links on here. So if I wanted to go to any of these pages here, so let's say I want to go to my index page and look at this component, I can come in here. When I go ahead and check that out and go to edit, we can go into our main content here, and then we can go ahead and scroll down till we see our component here. So it is a nice thing that they do have these already linked together. So you can go through. It also gives you the ability here. You can go ahead and exit without saving here. Come back into our components here, and I'm going to go ahead and use that student spotlight one again. But you do have the ability to go in and see those dependents. So if you're curious which pages your components are listed on, you can go ahead and do that right from here. Again, you can go ahead and sort them however you would like to do that here. When it comes to your news and news archiving, I'm actually not going to go through how to do the news archiving, but we do have a terrific Training Tuesday that's out there. So if I come up here to my help and go into support, brings me to our very wonderful support site here. And let me go ahead and search for our Training Tuesdays. And within here, if I go into our Training Tuesday archive here, back in 2018, we do have archiving your RSS feed, and that was done in April 2018. It's also a great refresher if you haven't used your news in a while and you want to go ahead and start using it, and you're using an RSS feed. It's a great way to go ahead and get a review of how the RSS are set up, as well how to archive them from year to year and be able to save that, kind of have an archive for a prior year, and then go ahead and continue into the next year. So it is something that's already out there available to you, and we do have our full archive of the past couple of years. I think we go back to 2016 for a Training Tuesday, so there's all kinds of topics out here that you do have access to. Another way to kind of maintain your site when it comes to going in, come back here, and when it comes to going in and kind of keeping on top of things, is you can always have your editors go in and set up reminders on their pages. So if we come in here, and maybe I come into my subsection here, maybe this index page, I want to make sure that we do keep this current. So when I come into it, under my properties here, I do have reminders. Let me go ahead and refresh my screen to clean it up a little bit here. There we go. So if I come into my reminders here, I do have two types of reminders. And this is something that you can really work with your users, work with your editors on saying, hey, if you've got pages out there you want to make sure you keep updated, go ahead and set up reminders, and you can go ahead and set these up very easily. We do have a set scheduled reminder, and then we also have a stale reminder. So within this here, the scheduled reminder is going to be based on a certain number of days, and it's going to cause the reminder to come up automatically, no matter if there have been changes made on that page or not. So in this case here, if I want to set a scheduled reminder here, I can go ahead and say, I want this reminder to come up on Friday here, the 31st. At, rather than in the middle of the night, I'm going to have this come up to me maybe about 9 a.m. And I want this to repeat maybe every 7 days. So every Friday at 9 a.m., I'm going to get a reminder about this page. So I don't need to worry about maybe putting it on the calendar, anything like that. It's automatically going to send me a message. Notification here, I can have it sent to myself, or if I wanted to, I can actually send this to a group. So maybe in our case here, this is something, we've got our athletics department. We want this to go out to everybody in the athletics department. They're going to be responsible for this, and we just want to make sure that they're always updating this page here. So you can put in your subject here, you can go ahead and put in a message, and you can also send a copy to email. So this is a great feature. One, making sure that you do have your emails in there for your users. But this way here, if it's going to maybe some of your editors that aren't in the system on a regular basis, they don't really come in and make changes that often, it'll go ahead and send it to their external email as well. So that way they're getting that notification. They don't have to go into the system to find it there. So this is one of the potential reminders we have here is a set scheduled reminder. I'll go ahead and save that. And then if I come back to my content and pages here, and maybe for my new page here, this is something that we want to go ahead and we want to update on a regular basis, but it's going to be based around making sure that it gets published out. So in this case here, if I come back to my properties here, and I go to reminders, I'm going to come down here and set a stale reminder on it. So this will help keep your pages cleaned up in a point that you're basically letting your editors know, hey, this page hasn't been touched in a certain amount of time. For the first reminder we looked at, it's going to kick out a reminder every Friday, even if it gets published out on Tuesday, if it gets published on Thursday, that reminder is still going to come out to you or to your editors on that Friday. With a stale reminder, it's looking at the last published date. So this page here was last published on 10/28. And we can say this is going to be stale maybe after 30 days. So in 30 days, if this page does not get published out, you'll get this stale reminder. If the 15th of February, somebody comes in, they make changes to the date, or they make changes to the page, they republish it out, at that point there, that counter starts over again. And it will be another 30 days before this reminder would get sent out. So as long as it's published within that period of time, this reminder won't even need to come up. But if a certain period of time goes by and there's no publish there, then it will go ahead and kick that out for you. So it's a great way if you've got a department page or something like that, you want to keep it fresh, but you don't want to worry about it if people are maintaining it the proper way and making changes. As long as it's getting published out, the reminder won't come up. But if it goes for that period of time, in this case here, 30 days, it will go ahead and kick out a reminder there. And similarly, down here, we do have the same options. We can send it to yourself. Maybe we just want this to go to the athletic director here. So it doesn't want, we're not ready for it to go to the entire department. We just want this to go to the director, just kind of as a flag, letting them know, hey, it's been 30 days and this page hasn't been published out. And they can go ahead and work with whoever needs to go in and update that. Again, we do have the option here to send a copy to email. So it does give you that option if there's somebody that's not in the system on a regular basis. Any questions that we have? Is there a way to run a report that shows open files are not being linked within OU Campus? Let's think here. Let me look at something here. Not that I'm seeing in my notes, we don't have anything. Come back to our reports here, come into custom reports. No, I'm not seeing anything that we have. That would be a great suggestion. If you go in and go into the feedback forum, that would be,
Hey, Paul?
Yeah, go ahead,
Sorry
Barbara,
to
do you have
interrupt you.
something?
You have a report called Page Products there.
Okay.
The very last option on that Page Products report is the subscribers. So similar to what you were seeing on the assets, a page product is essentially that thing that gets kicked out when you hit publish. So it could be a .php file or a .html file. This is what is linked when you have links to other pages. So running a page products report with subscribers will give you, just like what you saw with the assets, the list of subscribers. You can see if anything has been orphaned or not.
So if we come in here and do our training folder and run something like that, you're saying something like this would go ahead and give us that?
Exactly. So on that right-hand column, subscribers is the number of pages that are linked to it. And then just like what we saw with assets, if you click the dependency tag on the left-hand side, it will show you which pages the walls are.
Got it. Excellent. Thank you very much. I didn't realize that.
You're very welcome.
Any other questions? This kind of covers what we have today. It's kind of a mixture of short topics, but they are just some hints and ideas when it comes to kind of keeping your system cleaned up. Especially if you haven't run some of these reports in a long time, it might be worthwhile going in, run some of these and experiment with reports. You have a lot of different things in here that you can do within your reports here, and if you find something that you really like and go, wow, I've got this set up just the way I want, you can always go ahead and use that bookmark gadget to bookmark that so you can easily come back to it at another date or time. Let me go ahead. Any other questions that we have before we wrap up here? Okay, with that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Our next Training Tuesday will be Tuesday, February 25th. That'll be here before we know it. And this will be covering the topic of social media meta tags in OU Campus. So it sounds like an interesting topic. Hopefully all of you will be able to attend, and we will see you next month.
Thanks very much, Paul. As you guys are logging out, we would love to hear your feedback, so please do respond to that feedback survey as you log out. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next month.